Okay, good morning, and we are at a shopping center, and I have come to get some scissors. I'm sorry, the sun is really in my eyes. We're gonna go into Sally's and see if we can find some shears. Now, one of the ladies that writes into the website mentioned that, so we're gonna see if we can find that. Okay, here we go. Let me turn my camera around where it's Sally's Beauty Supply. All right, we're going to go on in and we'll show the scissors and see which kind we should get. Sally's Beauty Supply. We'll be right back. Okay, we are in Sally's now, and I'm looking at all the scissors, and of course I'm totally confused. I have no idea what to get. So this manager is going to help me. So what kind should I be looking at?
If you're cutting hair and you want precision, a precision cut, meaning that you want to be able to cut the strands of hair without it sliding
Uh-huh.
and the hair shifting as you're cutting.
Now, will I be able to cut the poodle's hair with this too?
You can. They are very sharp and they're stainless steel, and you have um, the thumb rest, the pinky rest,
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
need that, don't I?
Yes.
Because I like hold my comb too, so I'm really looking at wanting one with that little finger rest
Yes,
thing
ma'am.
for sure.
Hmm.
All right, so I don't want that longer one there, even though that one's cheaper, but that's not the, let me look at that. That's the beveled razor edge. That's what you're talking about, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
So that one says 5.5 inches. Do I want longer than that?
It just depends on what feels comfortable in your hand. And we have some less expensive beveled ones. This is a 5 inch and it's beveled as well. With the pinky rest on it, the semi-off handle,
Yeah.
and it holds pretty good.
Well,
Those run about 11-19.
yeah.
Find everything okay?
Just wondering, do you have any of the
Okay, she's waiting on someone else. I'm looking and I'm thinking, for me, the 6.5 is probably what I'm looking for. Boy, I hate to pay that price, but she says they'll last a long time and they'll stay sharp a long time. And in fact, she asked me if I had a beauty shop. No, I don't. Okay, just my home.
They do.
All right, let's see. I'm really looking hard at that 6.5 inch right there. This one right.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think?
I think it would be very comfortable for you.
All right, let me. Let's see. Now I hold my comb sort of in my hand too.
And you can remove that finger rest.
Oh, you
And it's
can.
lightweight. Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right, so that's got the beveled edge. Now I cut my husband's hair, and I cut 3 dogs' hair, so of course I used the clippers on the dog. She's waiting on someone else right now. But I am really thinking this is the one I'm going to have to get. She said if I belong to the beauty club, I can get it for like $46.99. But I don't really shop in here that often. Okay, y'all, I am thinking this one is like too short, I think. All right, I think I've made a decision. I think I'm going to get this one right here. Boy, I hate to pay that, but it's got the beveled razor edge. That definitely is what I'd be looking for. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and bite the bullet and get these because they'll last a long time. Now, I was in here before, and can you believe I didn't want to pay $10 for a pair of scissors to cut hair? So I went over to Walmart and got some scissors, and I used them probably 3 times, and they're already dull. So in the long run, I guess it's worth it to pay this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get these. All right, we'll see you in a little while. Hi. Well, I bought the scissors at Sally's Beauty Supply. Um, I guess they'll pay for themselves if they're as sharp as she says they are and they stay that sharp. But anyway, I'm sitting here in the Walmart parking lot and I wanted to just share this with y'all. Now, I shop on Wednesday because I get my meat at Bilo. And Bilo gives 5% for senior discount on Wednesday. Now, I do my major grocery shopping on Wednesday, usually once a month, and then if I have to go back, in between. But I buy things like flour and sugar, and I even buy the almond milk. I usually buy like 4 cartons of the almond milk to last us all month, because it always has a good date on it. But here's what I want to share with you. I, having come on Wednesday a lot to this area, the Walmart parking lot is usually pretty full on Wednesdays, and especially as it gets on later in the morning. So I had come on Wednesday, and this has been probably a year ago, and I always get donuts to treat myself, and I eat one in the car. That's my treat for going to get the groceries. And so I was sitting eating my donut. I hadn't started the car or anything, and I noticed these guys walking between the cars. I was sort of halfway paying attention, but then I really started paying attention, and it was 2 guys, and they were walking in between each car, one on one side, one on the other, and they were just intently looking inside the cars as they walked by. Well, once they came out into one of the aisles, where the cars drive, one of the guys had one of those long things, metal things, I don't even know what they're called, that highway patrolmen use to unlock your car if you ever lock yourself out. Now, I don't know if they still do that now or not, but I can remember that's what they would do. I did that one time, and they had to unlock it. And it's a metal thing that they slide down in the window between the glass and that little rubber thing. Anyway, that's what it looked like the guy had, and he was holding it beside him as he walked, keeping in pace with his leg. And I thought, gosh, what is he doing? So I started really watching then, and then I started just looking all over the whole parking lot, and I promise you there was another group of 2 guys. They were like young guys in their 20s doing the same thing on the opposite parking lot that was where people come out with their groceries. People were walking around and everything, people bringing their groceries to their car. Those guys just were doing that like oblivious to everybody around. And I thought, what in the world are they doing? Well, I figured it out. What they were doing is they were going on both sides of the car. They were looking in the windows of the car, I'm sure, for packages or whatever that maybe someone had left in the car. They did the whole parking lot. It was 2 on the grocery side and then 2 on the other side. And I was just fascinated, because first I couldn't figure out what they were doing. But once I figured it out, I thought, are they going to go canvass this whole parking lot? And that's exactly what they did. They looked in every car. People were coming out, putting their groceries in their car, and they act like they knew what they were doing. You know what I mean? They didn't really stand out. The only way they stood out is if you were doing like what I was doing, sitting in my car eating a donut, and just happened to see them. Otherwise, they wouldn't have stood out at all. But you could definitely tell what they were doing. So here's the lesson. Don't leave anything in your car, even if it's locked. Put it in the trunk of your car where it can't be seen. And of course, they came by my car too, and so I got a real good look at them. But they just kind of glanced at me and went right on. So, you just can't be too careful, especially it's coming up Christmas time. So when you're shopping, I know a lot of you already know this. I didn't really know it though, because I've been guilty of putting like small packages. See this? I sit on this on the passenger side, because I don't like to sit on the leather seats in the summertime, and they're so hot. And I've been very guilty of putting a package under this. And, you can tell there's something under it. So anyway, it's good to be smart about it, and put all your packages in the trunk completely out of sight. But these guys it was 2 groups of them. And I would say, just guessing now, but I would say that both sets of them were young men in their 20s. They looked like everybody else, except if you just kept watching them. And they were here. I was back in my car. sitting here eating my donut at probably about 11 o'clock in the daytime. The parking lot was completely full, and people were putting their groceries in and wheeling their carts out, and they just went right on. They didn't, you know, you got to ask yourself, where was security? You know, Walmart's got all these cameras supposedly, and what are those people doing that are working security? I mean, they were like watching the camera screen, right? I don't know, but certainly no security car even came by during all this time. So anyway, put your packages in your trunk. All right, today I'm going to do my walking in Walmart. And what I do is I get my groceries, then when I go to get toothpaste or whatever, I walk all the way back across the store, then I check my list. I say, oh, wait, I forgot to get loaf bread, and go all the way back across. So I do that 3 or 4 times, and I don't know how much walking that is. It's certainly not as good as walking outside, but at least it's walking, and I'm sort of doing 2 things at one time. Now, here's what my husband's doctor told him. He said, when you exercise, do productive exercise. So that's when, this was years ago, and so that's when we got rid of the riding lawnmower, got the push mower, and that's how he gets his exercise, at least in the summertime. So I consider walking in Walmart productive exercise. I do. All right, so we're going to go in here, do my walking, and then I'm going to go down to Bilo, and maybe I'll show y'all some of the deals, because they have got chuck roast on sale, and I want to show you how I get my ground chuck. So if I can find 2 roasts, the ground chuck is cheaper really even than the hamburger probably. But anyway, we're going to go to Bilo after this, and so we will see you in a minute. And let me just give you a look at the parking lot. It's not as full this morning as it has been in the past, but of course it's still early now. But anyway, we'll be back. Okay, we are in Bilo, and I want you to look at this. $2.99 a pound. Now, the ground chuck over on the other side is $3.59 a pound, or $3.49, I don't know. Anyway, I'm thinking about getting several of these and getting them to grind it up for me, because that way I'd get them cheaper, right? Alright, let's just see what we can find here. Be back. Okay, there's the ground chuck. It's $3.49 a pound. So, by letting them grind it for me, I'm going to save, what, right at 50 cents a pound. Plus, I think I'll be able to get it leaner. Alright, there's the way you save money in Bilo. Get them to, they grind it for free, so you're a lot better off. Alright, see you next time.